Hello, everyone. Your assignment for today, Tuesday, and tomorrow, Wednesday, is to read this article called Blaxicans. It's really about different ethnicities and how people identify and just identity as a whole. So, to open the assignment, go on Classroom, go to Open with Cami. That's going to get you where you need to go the best. You'll be able to annotate it and answer all the questions there. So I have one student up, just as an example. So first off, you have this background page. It would be a good idea to read through this page just to give yourself some background information on argument and claims and tone and verbal irony, which of course is when you say one thing, but you really mean the opposite. This author uses a good deal of verbal irony to get his point across. So keep that in mind. So as you are reading, there are 8 questions that you can answer while you're reading. Now, you could go back and answer them after you're done reading. That's fine. They just go with specific places in the essay. So all of those are going to be in yellow boxes. So like this first question, what is the author's purpose in the first 3 paragraphs? What specific point is Rodriguez trying to make? So after you read those first 3 paragraphs, which would end right here, you're going to answer that question. So you're going to need to make a text box. So you have to click there on the text box, just add a text box here, put your answer, and so on. And just to distinguish your answer from the question, I would like you to change the background of it to orange. So to do that, you're going to click on it. This toolbar comes up at the top. This little paint bucket changes the background color, change it to orange, and so on throughout this. So some of these questions go with specific lines, like number 2. It goes with this paragraph that says the American conversation about race has always been a black and white conversation. The conversation has become as bloodless as badminton. So what do you think the author is meaning there when he says this conversation has become as bloodless as badminton? So again, answer your make the text box, type in your answer, make it orange. You can cancel a text box, close out of it by just clicking the X, by the way, just so you know. So that's what you have as you go through reading. The other thing I would like you to do, this might be while you're reading or after you read it, but think about the claims the author is making. So what's his point? What's he talking about? Use blue to highlight some lines that show either what this author is claiming or his evidence. So don't highlight the whole thing, obviously, but as you're reading, you're like, oh, I think this is an important point. This is really something he's trying to get across. So you'd go to that markup tool. Under here, markup, go to text highlighter, and I've asked you to highlight it in blue. So do use blue. So you would just highlight the part you want to highlight. Let's say you want to highlight that. Okay, that's just to help you as you go through. You can get rid of these either by clicking on, hovering over it and hitting little trash can, or you can do undo to get rid of things as well. Down at the very bottom, you have 3 more questions. Your answers don't need to be super long. You can summarize things. So what's the main claim that Rodriguez makes in this essay? So after you've been thinking about the claim while you're reading, answer this. So you're going to make a text box right below it. You don't have to change the answer to anything. You don't have to change the color. Just type in your answer. Summarize 2 specific pieces of evidence the author gives to support that claim. So if you've been highlighting things all the way along, you'll already have some things that you can summarize. Lastly, do you agree or disagree with the author's claim? This is up to you, but you need to explain your answer. So what evidence did you specifically agree with? And maybe if you disagree, what's some better evidence that you have? All right, ask me if you've got any questions on that.